will not take you to heaven, and it will not even bring you, it will bring you a bad name, ill fame. People will say that Arjuna ran away from the battlefield. Asvargyam means it won't take you to the heaven. Akirtim, it will bring you bad name, ill fame, and people will never forget, especially because you were such a bright person all along, such a popular person. They will never forget this. Arjuna replies with all kinds of unreasonable statements that he cannot fight with Bhishma, his grandfather, his teacher Drona, because he has learned archery from his teacher and he cannot apply directly on him. And it's not good for the society if so many young people are dead at a time. So all this kind of, he's forgetting his duty and all these kind of statements he's talking about. Again, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha in the verse number 11, Ashochananmashocastvam pragyavadanshcha bhashase gatasu nagatasunshcha nanushocanti panditaha. Before that, in verse number 7, that's the where he is surrendering. Karpanya dosho pahat svabhavaha pritchami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yashreyah syan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam. This is where he is surrendering himself and telling that shishyasteham means I am your shishya. And tell me the right or wrong, whatever I need to do. Ashochananvashocastum pragyavadanshcha bhashase gatasu na gatasunshcha nanushocanti panditaha. Here Bhagwan tells him that you are unnecessarily for the people for whom you should not be grieving. And you are talking the wise words, so many logical things that this will happen or that will happen, or Bhishma is my grandfather, Drona is my teacher, and so many people die, the city will be disrupted, and all this. These are definitely talk wise people will talk, but you are forgetting that you are a warrior. Then Swamiji, my Swamiji Dayanand Saraswati, one time, he explained, when it comes to the grieving about the dead people, the Gita, in his words, I'll read it. Please do not take wrong meaning about Gita. It does not say that you should not be sad at someone's death. It means sadness at someone's death is something to be inquired and understood. Well, how do you do the inquiry after someone's death? You don't do the inquiry right at that time. You should have read Gita, done the inquiry, and at that time the inquiry will help you. Somehow, death, nobody wants death. Especially these days, death has become a question of numbers after COVID. Today 2000, tomorrow 2500, like that. And these these announcements make us very insensitive to the word death. Our religion, just like we have God for everything, right from morning to evening, the sun, the water, the trees, Lakshmi, Saraswati, everything is a God for us. Actually, death also, there is a God for death called Dharmaraja. he has his own log and his own spreadsheet to be, who he is going to pick up. That reminds me of all poem which I read long time. Probably I was in 5th grade or 6th grade. And anytime anybody dies, I think about that. There was in UP, people might be knowing, there was a poet called Ras Khan Kavi. One, the culture is get up in those days, not now, get up in the morning, take bath, do the puja with the flowers from your garden. And the flowers which we would put normally, those flowers have a life of only one day. They'll bloom in the early morning, we'll do the puja, and by the evening it will dry. And this poet, philosopher, had watched all these phenomena of the nature. And one day, when the gardener was coming to pick up all these bloomed flowers for the puja, imagined that the buds are talking to each other. Mali avat dek kari, kaliyan kari pukar, phule phul liye, kaal hamari bar. They are telling all the kalis and buds and unbloomed flowers are telling to each other, this gardener is coming, he's going to pick up all the bloomed ones, and tomorrow will return. That's how we used to take the death. It was not a scary thing for us. Even I was thinking that in this connection, even Bhagavan Buddha, he was born in such a great kingdom. His father was a very powerful king. And when Buddha was born, astrologer told that your son is to be a big spiritual leader. And the king did not like that. So he never let him go out with all the wealth and all luxuries. He always used to keep him inside the house. But one day somehow Bhagavan Buddha wanted to go out. Caretaker took him and he saw the real world. He saw one person, old person, struggling, coughing, and he saw a dead body. People were taking him to cremation. And he had never seen all these things. So he inquired, what is all that with the person who was with him? So the person explained, and I'm surprised that these two incidents enlightened Buddha. His name was Siddhartha. So this just two incidents made him from Siddhartha to Gautam Buddha, from Gautam Buddha to Bhagavan Buddha. That death is always, it teaches you something. It's not, and people who have come have to go. That also Bhagavan will tell in the future verses. Going to 16 and 17 verses have a lot of philosophy about Atma and Anatma. I don't think we have time to do now. God willing, some other time we'll do that. I'm going to move to verse number 20. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतः योऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. This self called Atma has neither birth nor death. It is eternal, limitless. When the body is destroyed, Atma is not destroyed. Bhagwan gives the example of wearing new clothes when the old clothes are worn out. In verse number 22, Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. It's not just wearing new clothes or old clothes, is just the example Bhagwan has given so that people can understand. It's actually a jiva lives in this body. And when the body is old, the jiva tries to find some other home, some other body to be reborn if he has not attained moksha. That's what it really means. And Shankaracharya has written a small book called Tattva Bodha. In that, there is a verse, not a verse, just in one line, he mentions what is the real body. The body has 6 modifications. Asti, Jayate, Vardhate, Nimate, Apakshiyate, and Vinashyati. Those are the 6 modifications in the whole life of a human body happens. Asti means when you are in the womb, you are there. Jayate, then you take birth. Vardhate, then you grow. Viparinmate means you come into the adulthood, you grow some more. Apakshiyate, and then you try to decline. That's when we see the knee pain and loss of hearing and lot of other things. The body starts to decline. And in the end, vinashyati. That's all the lot of a body. So it's better to, while we are happy, healthy, study the Shastra and understand what this body is, what this jiva is, and all that. Bhagwan comes to verse number 27, and he again explains the same thing. Jatasya hi dhruvor mityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmat pariharyerte nattam shochitu marhasi. Whoever is born will certainly die. Dead will be born again. This cannot be altered. Death is inevitable. No point in grieving over something which no one can alter or no one can control. All these dialogues goes up to 30 and tells him in different words not to grieve and think about his duty. Till number 37. And in 37, he finally tells him, Hatova prapsyasi swargam, jitva va bhokshase mahim, tasmad uttishta kaunteya, yuddhaya kritanishchaya. Arjun, please get up, fight, and when you fight, either way you will benefit. If you lose the war, you will go to heaven because you had done your duty of fighting. As a Kshatriya, it's your duty to fight. And if you win, you will get the kingdom and you will enjoy the world. Either way is the correct attitude is to fight. But how do you fight? Fight with the attitude, sukha dukhe same kritva, labha labho jaya jayo, tato